Welcome in, everybody. I am CrossingManiac, and I am here with Poofy Crossing. We are going to do a podcast called Cozy Connections, and we are going to talk about the Infinity Nikki Stardew update. And we've got several things to talk about this evening. Let's get started. So Poofy, how do you want to start this off?
Oh, that's a great question. First of all, we initially started this with the idea of there was a bunch of back lore. I mean, I say back lore, but there was a bunch of controversy on Infinity Nikki's side. And there was, Stardew community wasn't super thrilled about it. I feel like the Infinity Nikki side, they were thrilled about it because a lot of the Stardew players had crossed over to the Infinity Nikki side as well. So it's positive, in my opinion, on the Infinity Nikki side.
Right.
Whereas I feel like hardcore Stardew players, and that's why I asked you, I was like, hey, do you know about this? How do you feel about this? You being not only a Stardew player first, but you also love playing Infinity Nikki.
Right. I feel like this. And I think that a lot of the problem was that people thought that Eric Brown or Concerned Ape got money for the collab, and he did not. He said that he did it because he thought that the Stardew players would enjoy the collab. I feel like as long as they are not making changes to the Stardew Valley game, and that Stardew Valley isn't going to become a thing where, because he has always promised that there would never be any, you would never have to pay money to pay Stardew Valley. So I feel like as long as he doesn't do that, and as long as there are no changes made to the Stardew Valley game, I think it's, I mean, in my opinion, I think it's a fun thing. I did happen to go through some of the videos and links that we were sending back and forth, getting ready for the podcast, and I am super excited about that Stardew Valley encounter outfit. That looks super cute. That looks super cute with the chicken and the backpack, and I think it's a positive thing as long as, you know, he doesn't change his position on the Stardew Valley game, make any changes to it, or we don't have to pay money to play Stardew Valley. I think it was a positive thing. I saw the outfit, and I'm not sure how they're planning on. I don't know if it's just like the Stardew Valley encounter outfit, or there are going to be other things that there's going to be from Stardew Valley when we get the home. There's some similarities, like the fishing and things like that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But as far as I'm concerned, as long as he doesn't change Stardew Valley in the Stardew Valley game, like I said, charge us money, I don't have a problem with it. I do really enjoy Infinity Nikki a lot. I do enjoy the game. I think it's beautiful. I do enjoy the outfits and things like that. So, I mean, I think it's a win-win for both sides. You know, you get to see a little bit of the Stardew Valley stuff if you don't play, and then Infinity Nikki on the Stardew side. If you don't play Infinity Nikki, you get to see what the game is all about. So I think it's a positive thing.
And that's what I was thinking too. I was like, how can this not be like one of the best collabs, you know,
right,
to happen this year?
Exactly.
You know? How can two quote unquote cozy games be mad? and then I saw the Reddits.
Yes. And
I think what the main consensus was like from looking at the Reddits was that players from Stardew were afraid that would cause like Concerned Ape to want to make more paid content.
Yes.
Because if you don't know anything about Infinity Nikki, is that Infinity Nikki has been accused of being like a predatory gacha game.
Yes.
Most gacha games are.
Yes.
And Infinity Nikki has in the past done a couple of shady things. There was what's called a girl caught, instead of a boycott, because it's mostly a female game. The girl caught, which I think it's aptly named, because if you're mostly female, anyway.
Yes. I agree.
I digress. With Infinity Nikki being a gacha game, knowing that they've done some shady stuff in the past, because their slate is not as, perfect as they would like to portray it is. While they call themselves the coziest open world game, it kind of isn't, because there is some skeletons there. I mean, there has been some stuff that hasn't been disclosed with the 1.5 update. If you are an Infinity Nikki player, you know that there was an outfit that was shown, and when you have your limited time banner, which I'll show on the screen, these are your limited time banners, all right? These resonance crystals, you can trade in diamonds to get the crystals to pull for the outfit. Well, they didn't disclose that particular banner, that both outfits had 11 pieces when they had previously been 10. So that meant more pulls to get an extra piece of clothing. Banner pulls like that, if you will pull something. And if you pulled on the banner before, you will get a piece of clothing, but it'll probably be a 4-star or a 3-star. And the 5-star pieces, which is what you're pulling for, has the lowest probability.
Exactly.
So your random number generated, or rate, I think that's what the RNG stands for.
Yeah.
Anyway, mine's trash. Oops, for emphasis. And so I usually end up having to pull a lot to get just the outfit itself.
Right.
So adding in another piece would eventually, I might have to use real money, and a lot of players have to do that. A lot of players have to use real money, and it makes you feel like you're missing out. So
it's the FOMO.
Exploit and play upon your FOMO, exactly.
It's FOMO. It's fear of missing out. Yep.
Yeah, for real. I mean, it really is. And
yes.
So you've got your FOMO, because there is a lot of players that end up having either a really good RNG, or they are paying out the wazoo to get all of these pieces before everybody else. And so you see them running around, and you're like, oh, I really like that, and I really wish I could get it. And so you're grinding really hard to try to get the diamonds so you can trade them in for crystals.
Yep.
So that you can get your outfit.
Yes. Get your outfits.
They did not disclose that, and that was an uproar, because not only did they do that at the same time, they also changed the schedule for the Mirror Crown, which was another way that players were also able to make diamonds to exchange for the crystals.
Right.
And those two things at the same time, they just said they were going to do it. They did not, no warning, nothing. And back to the whole predatory thing, we understand that they need to make money. We understand that they are a company, that they have to make money.
Right.
And, they don't have to exploit us to do it.
Right. And I agree with that. And also, like you said, they're a company, they're game developers. We know that they have to make money to keep the games going, to keep us going, to keep giving us things. But you don't, like you said, have to be a predator about it. Also, when you play a game like Infinity Nikki, and I'm just putting this out there, and I'm not trying to be harsh, but when you play a game like Infinity Nikki, you go into it with the mindset most of the time that it is a gacha game. That you may have to spend money to get some things that you want. But it was not right for them to put an extra piece in the outfit and then expect everyone to be happy about it. Because if you're only pulling for 10 and then you're pulling for 11, that does cause a little bit of upset. For me, it was when I logged onto the game and they took the original beginning away and they threw you right into the sea of stars, and you were like, what is going on? And I was recording a video, and you're like, what the heck is going on with this? This is not the game that I usually log in.
I was expecting it a little bit, only because I had seen just a little bit before I was able to play, and I saw some people where they were like, they changed it. And really and truly, it was Marie. She was like, I logged in and it instantly threw me into a cutscene, so be aware.
Right.
So I was a little prepared because I had to push stream back that day.
Right.
And so I was prepared.
I'm not going to turn it on.
At the time that they had changed, that they had taken out the original opening sequence.
Yes.
And replaced it with that one, which in my opinion makes zero sense. So the first one was done beautifully. Not only was it done beautifully, it made sense, because how did Nikki get there? That answered that first question. Why was Nikki
Yes.
there? We're still trying to figure that out. So
Yes.
there's those two questions. But it was setting up the game. And so they completely took that out, and they're throwing in basically what Sea of Stars is it's the beginning at the end.
Right.
So we're starting at the end of the story and calling it the beginning.
Yes.
And for those of us who haven't never played, if this is our first iteration of Nikki, we have no idea what's going on.
Just to abruptly throw you into something without any warning. And maybe, I don't know, since I was so new to it, maybe there was warning that I just didn't see. But I had no idea what was going on. And I was like, well, that's crazy. So I was like, well, what is this? And then you had to go through this whole sequence where you had to play in the Sea of Stars. So it was a little bit confusing. I'm hoping that they do a little bit better job of that this time. But overall, I do like Infinity Nikki. I think most people that go into it playing do realize that it's a gacha game. I will have to say that I've been playing Infinity Nikki for a while and have not spent one penny of real money. So it can be done. You can play Infinity Nikki without spending any real money. Now, will you get a lot of cool things? Probably not. But you can do it. It is doable as far as I am concerned. Now, that may be not true, but I think it's doable. I've done it. I've played Infinity Nikki for quite some time and not spent not real money. So it can't be done. But I'm sure that at some point I will, Yeah. I'm sure at some point it will become where I do. Because I've not played very far. So I've just tried to play through the chapters and play the storyline. So, but I am going to start trying to veer off a little bit and start digging a little deeper into it. And that may be where the money comes in then when I start doing that. So.
Yeah. I mean, it could be if you, and that's what I've told people. I'm like, if you can get over, the fear of missing out of things, then you can easily play through all of the storylines, and you can play through and earn diamonds while you're going along, finding the chests, doing the seasons,
right,
and earning stuff that you can save up, for your pulls. You don't have to. You don't have to necessarily get the latest and greatest things. I was saving up, and I was saving up for this one because it's a cat.
It's so cute.
Absolutely.
How could you? I'm telling you, how could you not like the outfits in this game? I just don't understand. I don't understand. The game is beautiful. Beautiful. As a whole, I can honestly say that I am an Infinity Nikki fan. I like it. I love to play it. Stardew is something else that I'm very passionate about. Very, very passionate about. I love Stardew Valley. I don't claim to be an expert on either game, but I do thoroughly enjoy them very much. About Stardew Valley. It is one of my favorites. I highly recommend that game and this game too. I really do. And I'm very excited about this update for Infinity Nikki. We're going to get a home. We're going to get all kinds of good stuff. I checked out the music season outfits. Those look awesome.
Yeah.
Was very excited to see the Stardew Valley encounter. I cannot wait to see. Very excited on a whole. I just love both games. I think it's super cool that we got to have something like this together. Very exciting. So.
I mean, I'm very excited too, but it still does, it does go back to still that the uproar.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, I guess it's because I don't have the history with Stardew like you do.
Right.
I know I have a very positive opinion about Stardew overall.
Yes.
Because I do know that Stardew was created by one person.
Yes.
Music.
Yes.
The game, everything from scratch.
Yes.
They did it by themselves. They're still updating Stardew Valley.
Yes.
And it was a labor of love. They have never expected a penny from
No.
the collaboration they've ever done with it. And I understand how, some people might be like, well, linking with Infinity Nikki, knowing that it's had a troubled past, and in fact still has a troubled.
Yes, I think that's part of it. And I also think that people were afraid that if he linked himself with Infinity Nikki, because and I've read lots of things about Concerned Ape. If you just read about Concerned Ape and Stardew Valley, which I did because Stardew Valley is something I'm passionate about, but like there are some people that have played Stardew Valley for a long, long time. I've only played Stardew Valley for about a year, but I have read and researched even before this into Concerned Ape and things. So I was just interested, He's always said that, you would never have to pay for any kind of update, or he would never there would never be anything. You would never pay money to play Stardew Valley or to play it, and you would never pay money to play any of his games because he is working on Haunted Chocolatier, which we won't get into too deep. But I'm just saying this to say that maybe people are afraid that if he links up with something like this, he'll decide, hey, maybe we could just do this, and you would just pay for this. I don't foresee him doing that. He said that he also did not get a penny for this collab on this Infinity Nikki and Stardew thing.
Which I think that is a shame. That is an absolute shame.
He said he did not get a penny for it. I read, because I did read a little bit about it because I wanted to be able to talk about it when we did this. He said that he did not get a penny for it. He said that he did it because he knew that there were some players that played Stardew Valley, that played Infinity Nikki, and then vice versa, you know what I mean? And he just thought that the players would like it, and that's why he did it. But he did not do it for the money, and then he didn't get a penny for it. So
that's messed up.
That wasn't his motivation. His motivation was just because he thought the players would like it. So I really don't understand why, unless they just are afraid, like I said, that he's going to charge you to play. Like this will make him think, well, maybe I should, and then charge us to play Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
But you have to think that this is a man that, like you said, did this game from scratch by himself. He, like the music, everything, it was all him, which is super cool.
I don't foresee Concerned Ape changing anything with Stardew Valley that way.
No.
I don't foresee that. If they're still doing updates, and they haven't put out a paid DLC yet, I don't think that they're going to.
No, I don't either.
I have a feeling that they're not going to do that with Haunted Chocolatier either.
No. So
there's that with that. That's basically, a closed book.
Yes.
That issue lies fully with Infinity Nikki.
I think so. And I like Concerned Ape, and I like him because I feel like he's a straight shooter. Like from everything that I've read or I've watched interviews, where he's been on people's like YouTubers that have had him on. He always seems like a real straight shooter and a very good guy, So I don't think he would just tell you what you want to hear. I think he's being honest. I think he's just telling you, hey, I did this because I thought you all would like it. I don't think he expected, or I don't think he's thinking that he's going to, charge you an exorbitant amount of money to play Stardew Valley, right? What would he charge you for, real in-game chickens? I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. Stardew Valley is pretty...
It's pretty set as it is. I mean,
it's a great game. It's great to play through. The quests are great. The storyline's great. So it's a real well-rounded game. It's got a huge learning curve. It really does. There are a lot of people who say, well, I can't do the fishing in this game. It's just a learning curve. Once you get over the hump, it's a really fun game. But anyway, I don't mean to go on and on and on. But
I literally have purchased it twice. and I do want to play it.
Yes.
I genuinely thought that Haunted Chocolatier would be out by now.
I did too.
So I was like, I better play Stardew so that way I can get used to
Yes.
the mechanics, but I think there might be some lore and stuff in there.
Yes.
You know, before playing Haunted Chocolatier.
Yeah.
So I was like, I need to play Stardew first. And I kind of kept putting it off because I was like, well, Berry Breakfast is coming out, and then Palea came out, and,
Yes.
and then, you know,
Yeah.
what happened.
And Nikki, and yeah.
I haven't played it yet.
The Juminos and you complete the community center, and you can do so many things with that, like remix bundles. You can do remixed mines. You can remix everything and make it different. And the bundles are, I don't want to say they're the same every time, but if you don't remix them, then yes, the bundles are pretty much the same every time in the community center. If you remix them, then you do take the chance on getting different things, because I've tried it and I've experimented with it. So it does happen, but I don't want to go on and on and on about Stardew all night, but it is a valid, I do recommend it 10 out of 10. I mean, you just can't get a better farming sim than Stardew, in my opinion. And there are a lot of them out there, and there are a lot of good ones, but it won't be Stardew Valley. It's just, well, and I'm completely obsessed and addicted. So that you don't want to ask me about it, because I could go on for hours. So, but it's a good game. It is. And I think he did an excellent job. I really do. So.
And see, and that's how everybody sounds when I talk to them about Stardew, is that they love the game. My SO played it and played, like, he hardcore played it for a while, like through year 5, and he was like, okay, I think I did everything I can do.
Yes.
He's like, I don't know what else to do.
Yes. And
I was thinking, I think everybody starts new farms, and he was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I just thinking about this the other day because I knew we were going to be talking. That's probably why I like Stardew Valley. I like Infinity Nikki, I think, and I like Disney Dreamlight Valley. And I was just saying this on camera when I recorded my video today for Disney Dreamlight Valley. I love the grind. Anything that is a grind, I absolutely love it. Like, I'll always love Animal Crossing. It always has a special place in my heart. But I think that I just love the grind. That's probably why I like this game, Infinity Nikki, and Stardew Valley, and things like that. If it's impossible, I want to do it because I want to achieve the impossible. So I like to do that. It's fun to me. So
like I like a certain amount of grind. I don't like a game that is like extremely grindy.
Right.
I like having to constantly grind for money. I dislike that very much. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like with Animal Crossing.
Yes.
Or to get resources. I mean, I don't mind some grind. I really don't. What I like is I like getting my dailies done, and I like decorating or mucking about. My favorite thing to do, if you really want to know my favorite thing to do, is getting in places I'm not supposed to be.
Yeah. We talked about this.
I'm so bad about that. I am like constantly trying to get on the aqueduct.
Yes.
Here, I kid you not. Let me find it.
Okay.
I'm so bad about this. This is completely off topic. This has nothing to do with anything.
That's okay.
Sorry, I'm fixing to make you go through this yet again.
That's okay. Let's do it.
I got a like. Somebody got up there.
Oh my.
I am on the top rim of Dunching Island.
That's so wild.
And somebody got up there.
That's hilarious.
Somebody got up there.
I love it.
I
love it.
Do it.
I love it.
So this is where, let me show you. That photo should be up here right here, because across here is Long Pagoda, and you can see the farm and everything, so it's right here on this edge of where the cursor's at.
That's awesome.
Up this mountain. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Because I had to go all the way around this mountain and like fight my way up it, but I got to the top.
That's awesome, Poofy. That is so cool.
I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why. My first thought is,
that's like,
where can I get that I'm not supposed to be?
Right, and I think everybody in a certain game has a certain thing. You know what I mean? Like every person that plays a game, or every serious gamer has their own little quirk.
I think it kind of needs to go back just a hair to talk about ridiculousness of Infinity Nikki. Now, don't get me wrong. I've been playing Infinity Nikki since like January, and I've been enjoying it. This game makes me cry big fat ugly tears.
Yes.
I cannot help it.
Beautiful. Just some of it is beautiful. Yes.
The areas are beautiful. The main storyline it really is a fantastic story.
It is, yes.
A story about helping and friendship and redemption. Mainly what Nikki really does focus on is being there for your friends, helping
exactly,
your friends.
Yes.
You know, being part of your community.
Right.
Those are good things to talk about. So
yes.
The storyline is fantastic. I mean, the main arc for Dunching Island was people were missing, and it ended up going and delving into, but I think it really beautifully did broach and explain, and it executed the concept of reincarnation beautifully, and that may not be your religion. That's fine.
That's fine.
But it is for the Chinese people, and this game is a Chinese game, so we have to take that into consideration. It is not our culture.
Right.
So what they put in this game, we have to understand that it may not be through our Western lens. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, yes.
However, speaking of that, like so I did the survey yesterday. And I put in there, because I was talking to Marie, and she was like, I wish there was like a true multiplayer mode.
Right.
With having to, like, you know, because you can only, like, I don't know how many people you can connect with and play with at the same time.
I don't either.
With the bracelet.
Right.
I don't know either. So we're going to try that. I wish it was like, me too. I wish it was more like Palia. But, like, I did say in the survey, I was like, well, I wish that multiplayer was a true, like, an open world MMORPG.
Right.
Like Dinkum, where you can log in and you can do solo, or you can log out and then re-log back in doing multiplayer. And I think that would be the easiest way, instead of having to, like, send pings out on the server to find somebody, you know, and then just to do your multiplayer stuff, you know, your co-op stuff.
Right.
And one person throwing an idea out there. But I think it would solve their issue with that. Writing is really, it's really good. It really is. It's got a great storyline. I mean, and that takes us back to the whole opener situation. They changed it without a new opening. I mean, it made a lot of people mad. It kind of made me mad too, because I was like, it was great the way it was. Not only was it an intro, I still don't understand why they threw us into that one, when new players need to, first of all, like, you have, you know, keep the original opener.
Right.
And then, you know, there is like a learning segue. Have them go through going to the Stylist Guild. Keep your opener.
Right.
Once you come into Mirrorland and Flora Wish through the whole opening sequence with Infinity Nikki.
Right.
And the bubble outfit, and you're coming into Flora Wish. Keep that. Have her go do certain things, like going in and talking to the Stylist Guild. And then it could be another thing that triggers, that sends her to and takes her right into multiplayer. Not all games automatically send you into multiplayer.
Yeah.
There could be a thing where you could just skip it. Why not have a skip button?
Right.
That's not that hard. I mean, I think instead of just removing one thing, there are ways around it. So I don't know why they make the decisions that they do. And speaking of decisions,
let's talk about it.
This thing right here
in your hand,
the elephant in the room. And of course she puts it away.
The thing that you've been holding the whole time.
The thing I've been holding the whole time. This illustrious. It's a really cute handheld item.
What?
Band hammer.
That's the band.
Cannot. I cannot. I cannot.
It's the band hammer.
Okay, here, let me pull it up, okay?
Okay.
Because then we're going to get into another ridiculous thing that happened today.
Okay, yes, we need to address that too, yeah.
Leaks are poison to all creation. So they sent out a thing saying, Dad's yelling at us, basically.
Right.
Leaks are this, leaks are that. It's not my fault. I didn't leak anything.
No, we didn't. Right.
Do it. Why are you stop yelling at me?
Right, exactly. Like, what is this about?
Exactly. So, dear Spice, you recently become aware that some unauthorized development materials from our game have been illegally shared on multiple platforms. Not my circus, not my monkeys. I didn't do it. I'm not the ringleader.
Right. This is so funny.
These creative works were meant to be revealed at the right time. Yeah, like what, one day before the update drops?
Yeah.
We know it's coming. You've got a timer countdown.
Yes.
And if you're in the Discord server, you tell us all the time, hey, this is ending in so-and-so days. You send us mail saying, Mirror Journey is ending. This is ending.
Right.
We know it's ending. We know a new season's coming up. We know that also entails a new update.
Right.
So why are you not wanting us to get hyped about something, but you're only giving us like a day and a half or 2 days to get hyped
hilarious.
about something? But I do like now that since the whole community over on Reddit was lambasting them saying, well, if you know what, if you would leak some of this stuff, we could get more excited about stuff coming out.
Exactly.
A lot of stuff
right.
2 days before this 1.9 update.
There's a lot of other games that do that. Hey, this is coming. Hey, we're going to give you this. Just small things. You don't have to give us the big things or the big overall picture, but you could just give us little things. Hey,
exactly.
Get excited about this, or hey, are you excited to see this? Or maybe you could even word it as, would you be excited to see this in the game? Just a hint, maybe not outright saying it, but yeah.
But a hint would be nice.
Yes.
Something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's not like they have to give it all away, but it would be nice to get a crumb.
Right. Right. Not this.
I mean, I'm just asking for a crumb, not being yelled at.
Right, like you feel like you did something wrong, like you're a little kid or something.
We understand the frustration this may cause. Please know that no one valued the creative works more than we do. Obviously, it's your intellectual property.
Right.
I get it. Like, your game. The theft and illegal distribution of game content is harmful, not only to our team, but also to the community that loves and supports this game. Is it though? Is it though?
Yeah. That's the question, isn't it?
Harmful, or is it really actually helpful?
Yes.
Think about this now.
Right.
Pocketbook, is it really a benefit?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Because the longer I'm looking at it and people are talking about it, the more I'm like, oh, I really want that. I'm just saying.
I agree.
I'm a sucker sometimes, but so in all of their brilliance, and all of their, they decide to give us a pounding hammer.
It's a pounding hammer.
Every time I think about it, I can't. A pounding hammer.
Have you read the description at the bottom where it says there are moments when one's hands itch eager to raise a mighty hammer toward a certain target? Just, jeez.
A 12-year-old boy?
Oh my God.
Seriously.
I just don't understand this.
Moments when one hand's itch. Like, what are you trying to say there? I'm so confused.
I don't know.
I'm so confused. I don't. This right here at the end of the... We've already launched a full investigation into the matter and will pursue the appropriate legal action. The thing is what was leaked had the person who leaked information on there. They didn't. They weren't subtle. They
Right.
weren't trying to hide it.
No. Well,
and we're the ones getting in trouble, but then like you're giving us a gift. I don't understand.
I don't either. The thing is too, is what you have to understand is they're not the only game out there that people have put leaks out on. And I've never seen anyone do this.
Right? I mean, there's tons of things that stuff gets leaked. I mean,
I've never.
Serious. I personally think that leaks I think it's beneficial. Honestly, I don't see how it's that negative. I mean, I think doing stuff like this letter is negative. That's what I think. I think sending your players
pounding hammer,
a confusing, weird thing to do.
The pounding hammer is a bit concerning.
Right? Like,
I think.
First of all, what am I supposed to do with this? Second of all, what now?
I know. I was like, when you showed me that, I was like, oh. And then I went back through my inventory and I found mine and I was holding it the other day while I was playing. It was like, we might as well hold it. I mean, it's a handheld item. I mean, I'm just trying to throw some humor into this situation. But if we're being serious, to me, that's just not, that wasn't necessary, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
You're right. It's absolutely unnecessary.
Right. Like, what the heck? I mean, there are a lot of games that give updates and different DLCs and everything like that, and they have leaks that I mean, they get upset, but I've never seen them send anybody a pounding hammer because of, I mean, it's just, that's just, it's a level, like you said, of ridiculous, of being ridiculous, you know? Like,
yeah.
I just don't see that was necessary. They could have just said, hey, you know, let's not leak things and, you know, but it's a part of gaming. I mean, you know, I think it's just a normal part of having gaming or, you know, making video games for people to leak things about your games and stuff. It's normal for people to be curious, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's just normal. People want to know what's coming to my game. You know?
They do.
What am I going to get?
About it. I feel like if people want to know that badly and they're willing to leak stuff,
right,
then your game is successful. Your game clearly has a following.
Exactly, yes.
So to sit there and to basically yell at your players for no reason when it wasn't their fault.
Right.
I mean, it was apparently a leaker, either somebody that works there or somebody that was able to data mine something. Somehow somebody got the information and it wasn't like just some random player,
right.
I don't think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I saw, you know, not that I'm saying Reddit knows everything, but that's basically what the consensus of Reddit was saying, was that it wasn't just a normal player. That was somebody that worked there. We're pretty sure because their name is on it.
Wow.
So yelling at us,
well, I wonder if
didn't solve the problem. Second of all, it's not going to stop the problem. And third of all, you just basically, you know, made everybody mad.
Yeah.
And then you're going to try to make it better with giving us, of all things,
a hammer.
Not residence principles. You're going to give us a
hammer,
hammer, with a kind of inappropriate name.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was like, when you showed me that, I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you serious?
I couldn't believe it.
And I have been carrying it around all week. I kid you not.
We got some wild Nicolettes who need talking to, for real.
Yes.
Because they need to calm down. I mean, and what that is about is that them like is sending hate or talking, smack to other, not only Infinity Nikki players but to other Stardew players. Stardew players that had genuine concern, like, so does this mean there's going to be like paid changes to Stardew?
Right.
And that's kind of a real concern.
Yeah.
Not hearing anything from Twitter about it, you're left, not sure what to think anymore.
And wondering, yes. And I think that's like I said before, because he's always been so like, no, you will never have to, pay anything to play this game. I think that's why a lot of people really fell in love with Stardew. Because they're getting the updates and things for free. They're getting stuff, So for a lot of us, it's nice because, and this has some to do with what we're talking about. Like, if you go back and you think about, like, Stardew Valley, not have to pay for things. Okay, so we're gonna take a trip here. But, like, Disney Dreamlight Valley, for the longest time, you would get these extra things and you wouldn't have to pay for them. And then when they segued into, we're going to give you the DLC, but it's going to be paid. You know what I mean? So I think maybe people are afraid he'll do something like that. Eventually he'll segue into, well, I did this for a while. Now I think we should do this, So we'll see. He says no, and I hope that he keeps his word. Because it's kind of refreshing to get things extra in the Stardew game that you don't have to pay for. Because we don't get that a lot. We don't get that, as gamers a lot. If we want the DLC, a lot of times we have to pay for it, Yeah. And a lot of times the DLC is almost as much as the game, if you really want to be honest about it.
Golly, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's nice that we don't have to do that as Stardew players. And but he said he didn't get a penny from this either. So, and I believe him. I don't think he would say things that weren't true. So,
yeah.
They
were talking about, anyway, the point is that now I can't find it, of course, is that the leaks were, but people were speculating that the leaks were like misdirection.
Right.
Or that the Stardew, not that the leaks were misdirection, basically that they pushed up the schedule for the Stardew Valley and Infinity Nikki collab and giving the players Nikki's house, because that's something that we've been really wanting, to basically smooth over the whole leaks thing.
Right.
Because again, going back to the 1.5 debacle, but now we've got the leaks, and so these, is like, ooh, distraction.
Yes. He created
there was the funniest little like photo that somebody drew of like people whacking each other with the band hammer.
Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
And so I was trying to find it, and I thought I had posted a
link
into the server, into the Discord for us, and I can't find it now. Aww. So I guess I didn't, but that was hilarious.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
Now we can go right on into the new drama. This is what I saw. This came up last night. This came up last night for me, and apparently this is like, yesterday, literally yesterday.
Right.
So this was dropped. This was shared by the official Infinity Nikki. I guess maybe this is the official. Oh, the biggest unofficial.
The biggest unofficial.
Okay, so there's that. It's unofficial. My bad. I can read, I swear. And it was talking about, and there is a link to the game's website.
Right.
So it's talking about claim 999 plus free pieces of furniture for free, which I need to do that. I hope it still works. I hope I didn't miss my chance to do that.
Do that.
The point was that when you went in, and I looked at it, and I went to the website last night, and I was looking at this.
Here we go.
It's now gone. What's in its place?
Apology
An
letter.
apology letter. So there's already an apology letter, because when I was reading it last night and I was looking at all of the furniture pieces, there were some that you can buy with diamonds. There were some you could buy with stellarites.
Right.
And I was listening to Sarah Style. Anyway, I was listening to Today. So we're talking like it from when I saw the ping from Reddit, we're talking less than 24 hours later.
Right.
They've already removed this page talking about how much the item pieces, the decor item pieces were going to cost, and have an apology letter.
Yes.
I'm like, where's the quality control at with these things? Because did somebody not read that and go, you know, I have a feeling they're, first of all, not going to like it, that they're going to have to spend the diamonds that they're going to get from this, not only this upcoming season, which is music season,
right,
but we already know that Nikki is getting an island to herself. It's a heart-shaped island, and apparently on that island there are areas that we're going to have to unlock. How we're going to unlock them, I don't know yet.
I don't either.
I don't know if it's going to be through questing. I don't know if we're going to need some sort of like special new currency. Sorry.
That's okay.
Some special new currency. I don't know if we're going to need some sort of essence or something. If we're going to have to work with Junimos from
now
Valley. I don't know yet.
That would be really cool, and it could be a possibility that you would do it with the Juminos, because that would link into Stardew Valley and segue very nicely, because that's how we unlock things in the community center, is with the Juminos. The Juminos are in the community center, and that is how when we finish a bundle, then they open up something else. So that would make some sense and segue very nicely. So it could be that we do that. It very well could unlock it, yes. So, yeah. That'd be cool.
Okay, I mean, that would be great. I would love that tie-in, because that would make a lot more sense.
Exactly.
Right now, on September 1st, the Infinity Nikki home system will be available. We warmly welcome every player to explore it. However, this time we failed to strike the right balance between paid content and stylist experience. We're truly sorry. Please note that we've always valued our players' opinions and feedbacks. We carefully listen to your feedback. We immediately reflected and have planned on the following adjustments. In version 1.9, all furniture packs will be temporarily moved from the home gallery. After making more careful price adjustments, some packs will return to the latter half of the 1.9 version, which usually halfway through the season, they add more there's a daily collection thing.
Right.
There's some more some extra stuff to do, and then the 4-star banners drop.
Exactly.
Limited time banners. So, okay, I'm cool with that. No harm, no foul. Future content in home gallery will be optimized. Sketches will be provided for furniture pieces in Stellar Poems pack and the Leisure Tea Brewing
set.
3. Okay. The actual Radiance pack, furniture pieces, Echo Water Wheel, Seasons Couch will be added as free rewards through the home ability upgrade with their free sketches. Good. Also included in the corresponding ability level rewards.
Right.
The Stellar Cascade will be reintroduced later at a more favorable price.
Right.
Apparently it wasn't a favorable price to begin with, and if that one was the one that I saw that I was like, oh, that's cute, then I think that was the one that was like purple background with stars on it. It was beautiful.
I bet that's pretty.
That one you had to pay stellarites for, which is an IRL money in-game currency.
Okay.
So you have to spend money, real money, to get this in-game currency.
Okay.
To buy that.
Well, if it was that expensive, then maybe it's a good thing that they thought about it and readjusted it.
Because they didn't say anything beforehand. They're
Right.
like, oh, we're giving Nikki this house.
Okay.
That's it.
That was it.
Not saying how really anything was really going to work. That in the, Set Off to a Warm Place home system preview, I just scrolled through it and I don't remember seeing anything about anything costing anything.
Me either.
So again,
but you have to build the house, right? It's not just there. So you have to...
correct, it's sandbox.
Right, okay.
Which is what I was hoping for.
So then you just build it. It looks like you build the foundation and the walls. Now, I wonder if you get, just set things that you already get. Does that mean we can adjust it and make it bigger, or is that just how it is? That's... Okay.
You can not only rotate it 180 degrees, or 360 degrees, you can platform, and you can adjust the size,
That's pretty cool.
That's something that no other game has.
That is cool.
Other than Sims.
I like that. And I like that you can...
like that. But have you seen throughout this whole preview where anything costs IRL money?
No, I haven't seen anything. I like that one there. No, nothing for in real life money. I haven't seen anything.
Again, with not disclosing things ahead of time.
Right. And the planting. The planting looks pretty good. Now, is the planting just going to be flowers?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty. I like that.
Now, whether or not there's going to be vegetables.
Well, I like the flowers.
The flowers are beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
So these are showing the preview. This is previewing the 5 new ability outfits.
Right. Then the star collecting.
I'm also like, this is another thing to do. Come on now.
And the fish keeping, which kind of ties in with the Stardew, because we have fish ponds and stuff in Stardew. And I think I'm excited about that too. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Look at Momo catching that little fish.
Oh, I love Momo.
Momo is adorable.
Yes. And the animal inviting looks good. Furniture crafting table, that would be fun. And the gramophone. And the mannequins, where you can display your favorite outfits. Now, I think that's a good idea. I think the mannequins and stuff are a good idea too.
Yeah. I mean, I know it sounds like I'm just, being super critical of the game, but I play it every day.
I know. Yeah.
But I feel like there are some things that it's it's kind of ridiculous. Okay, so the Astral Radiance pack, feature pieces, Echo Water Wheel season will be added, or I think I already said that.
Yeah.
Decorations from the open world after adaptation and performance optimization will gradually become placeable within the home. See, I like that too.
I do too.
We know that our ability to keep improving and progressing. See, whoever wrote this did a much better job than with the band Hammer, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
We're sorry to have you accompany a game that is continuously growing, and we're even more grateful to every stylist who has never given up and continued to walk alongside Infinity Nikki. That's a good statement. That's
a really good statement. And I also liked when they say, we appreciate every word of recommendation, we value every word of criticism, and above all, we hold every player's feelings close to heart. I think...
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And says going forward, we'll continue to optimize the game performance, reduce client size, bring you richer gameplay and a smoother open world experience. And I do appreciate that.
I do too.
I just, and I'm not saying that I'm not opposed to spending real money. I'm not saying that. What
Right.
I'm saying is that, you know, I would prefer to save that for some like really awesome items. I don't want to spend real money on your everyday items. You know what I'm saying? Like those few items that they were showing.
Right.
I don't want to spend real money on that. Like, I want to spend money on like limited time. We've got to spend real money. But there's this really cool item that, yeah, I would be kind of willing to spend real money on it.
Yes.
So,
And I think that's what people are saying, like, that maybe that's what everyone thinks, not just us. We would be willing to spend it for this, but not for this, you know? Not like, we don't think we should have to pay that kind of money for the furniture. We'd be willing to do it for this, for a special limited time item, but not something that we're going to have every day in game in our houses and a piece of furniture, which makes sense, you know, like we don't want to spend $20 in real life to get a bed, or you know what I mean, just an example. So
yeah.
but we would spend that on the special items. So yeah, I can understand that a whole lot. Like, I would be willing to spend in life money for this, you know, like the Stardew Valley encounter outfit, or you know what I mean, something like that. Something that's going to be special.
So did they not? They didn't take it down. Here it is. I found it. So Chorus of Stars. During the event, Stellar Poems Pack will be available for purchase. This pack includes 12 diamond furniture pieces and 8 furniture pieces exchangeable with astrolites totaling 38 items. Purchasing the Stellar Poems Pack grants a 58% discount off of the original price at 1,480 diamonds at a limit of 1 purchase.
There's the bedside cabinet. That's 35 diamonds.
Oh, this is the purple set I was talking about.
That's,
Okay, so maybe
well, I like that stool, or was that
the
would,
stool.
that,
To me, it looks like a lounge.
me too. Oh, that cabinet's great. See, I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff.
Me too. And so this is the set that I was thinking of that was going to be stellar.
Oh, I like that one.
Planets that go around.
That is really neat.
Star chart gramophone. And look at that chandelier. It's so excessive, but it's so pretty.
Oh, look at the bed.
Yeah, so this one is 380 diamonds. That's like 3 pulls.
Oh my.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like the picture. See, I'm just a sucker for this kind of thing, though, and I like it because I like to decorate my spaces and stuff like that. And I really love the outfits, but I like the decorating too.
I like the decorating too. Okay, so here's the this one called Leisurely Tea Brewing Set 1, and then there's 2 and a 3.
Wow.
Here it is, 600, originally priced at 680 Stellarites. Okay?
Wow.
This is with, you know, real monies, because you got to spend money to get this.
Right.
Unless you buy, well, I mean, you're still spending money to buy the Mirror Crown Journey. Not
Right.
the Mirror Crown Journey, but the Mirror Journey.
Right.
And Journey. And that's basically your battle pass, basically, is what it essentially is.
Right.
Getting rewards for doing things and spending the energy that you get from
Right.
buying stuff, or I think you get them when pulling on the residence banners. This is the second set. 35% discount off of the original price, priced at 420 Stellarites. So we're
Wow.
looking at 680, 420. That's 1,200, 1,100?
Right.
No, yeah, over 1,000. 1,100 Stellarites.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 items. And then this is the third set, and it's got 2, 4, 8 items for 180 Stellarites.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, so we're looking at 1,300 Stellarites, 1,400.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. That is a lot. I mean, they're pretty pieces, but that's real monies.
Yeah.
Saying
Oh my.
that is pretty.
And this'll be this'll be the gotcha for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it would be the gotcha for a lot of people. Maybe that's why they did a rethink
I'm really hoping so, because this incense right there, that's what I'm talking about, a special item.
Right.
Look how cool that thing looks. That's what, okay, that would get me. I'd be like, that's a kitty cat. It's an incense burner. That looks cool. I'm gonna have to spend real money on that.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
It's awesome.
I know. Oh my.
But yeah. And that's the walls for 45 stellarites. Oh, the bamboo grove wall, 50 stellarites left, and the bamboo harmony screen, 45 stellarites on the right.
That's craziness.
With screen, without screen. Breeze, no breeze. Wait a second. You gotta spend less to block the breeze.
Right.
This is pretty. Rolling screen, 35 stellarites.
I like that.
Real money. Real money.
Real money.
So there's that. Now, are these the adjusted prices, or are these the original ones? I genuinely can't remember, but I'm pretty sure that these are not the one. These are the original prices.
These are original. So they're gonna rethink it and bring it back at a later date when they can figure out, I guess, what would be.
Yeah, because now I understand that this is, like artists' work, and they had to come up with a concept art, then they had to render this, and then do it in such a way that it can be rotated 360 degrees, and then not only that, it needs to, click into place. It needs to, or be able to, maintain the integrity of the item.
Right.
While not crashing into other items. It also needs to be upscalable or downscalable and maintain its aspect ratio. And I get that. We're also talking about like people's hard-earned dollars.
Yeah. People work really hard for their money, and it may not be feasible for everyone to do that kind of thing just to get items for a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where people would have to start saying, well, I just, I want it. I'd love to have it, but I just can't do that. But it's the same concept with Infinity Nikki a little bit like it is with... There's a lot of games like this where you have to pay for extra things,
Yeah, I mean, there is, and I get, DLCs and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's just now that there's items for a house. There's items and for inside the house, outside of the house. There's the outfit. It is getting, it's a little overwhelming.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think they need, and I'm glad that they thought about it maybe and are going to redo something different. That's great, because I think it's a good, olive branch to extend to their players. Like, here, we thought about this and maybe we need to readjust or rethink it, especially with the controversy before, so maybe they don't want to have that problem again.
I really hope not. I really hope that they were like, ooh, this might be quite tone deaf, especially with goings on,
right,
the current geopolitical climate and everything.
Yes.
I don't want to bring anything of that into it, but I do understand that things aren't easy for people right now.
Right.
Things are going up.
Things are tough.
Things are tough. And
yes, they are.
In my opinion, this is a luxury item.
Yes. This
isn't even a real item.
Right. It's just something. Right. It's just something that we play the game. It was like I was explaining. I think people think, as gamers, we think, oh, it'd be cool to have that item in game. People that don't do it as much don't understand. But to us, it's important. Well, we'd really like to have that. That would look really nice. Or we're decorating and we'd like to have this item. So it kind of gets to be where, to us, it's important. It's not a luxury item. We don't have to have it, but it's nice to have it, And it goes back to the FOMO, too, the fear of missing out, we don't want to miss out on that because, well, my friend has one of those, so I want one of those. You know what I mean? I get it.
Because we want to, not only do we want to fit in, we also want to look like, that we're being able to keep up with.
Yeah.
We're invested in the game.
Yes.
That's not only in just the game, but the concept that the game provides, that concept being a community.
Exactly. And I think as content creators, too, you get into not the FOMO, but I want to show you what this looks like. I'll put this on camera and I want to show you because I want you to see.
Because I want you to be just as excited as I am.
Right, and
Yeah, that's a good point. It absolutely is.
Yeah, as a content creator, you want to say, well, here I could show you how this works, get you on camera, and we're going to do this. And
we're going to show how it works. We're going to show how it fits into the game.
Yes.
And how cool it is.
And we're going to play, and we're going to have a good time together. So I think that's an aspect of our situations that people might not see, behind the scenes, like what we do to kind of try to bring them the content, well, we got to think about what can I do to make this more entertaining in a sense, I guess is the right way to say it, so that they're entertained and they're having a good time. There's that aspect of it too, if you want to think about it that way. So
no, and that is another things that we think about as content creators is not just how well the community, the cozy gaming community,
yes,
accept it. How many are out there looking for this?
Right.
They want to know.
Yeah.
How it's working, but we also have to think about, like our pocketbooks.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in the affiliate program. I'm not partner or anything like that with Infinity Nikki. So everything that I have that's extra, that's come out of my pocket.
Exactly.
And that's why I do tell people, I'm like, hey, you can't, because I went for the longest time before I did finally decide to start doing the monthly gifts thing, where you pay like $5.99 a month and you get the extra diamonds.
Right.
Just because I've done that like 2-3 months now. So I mean, I've put a little bit money into it because it's kind of like with Palia. I love Palia. I also feel like I'm not dropping $100 every single season. I'm just not doing it.
Right.
I financially cannot justify it.
Right.
Second of all, I'm not doing it because I'm like, I like stuff, but like there comes a point to where it's like, do I really need seriously?
Well, this is going to be
does not exist.
This is a funny story, and maybe it has some point of reference here, but back in the day when we all played, and I know most of us did, Facebook games, and there was Farmville, and I played Farmville, and I wanted this lighthouse so bad, and this thing cost like $20. Now, we're not talking about in-game $20, we're talking about in real life $20. So I bought this thing, and it is a joke between my husband and I now. He bought me a charm for my bracelet, a lighthouse charm, and we still laugh about that today, about, hey, how's that lighthouse working out for you, So that's just an example, though, of what we're talking about. Like, I had to have that lighthouse. It was something that I had to have, and who knows what the heck the lighthouse is now. You know what I mean? But at the time, it was just like something I had to have. And it is still a joke between he and I, And so, it's just it's not got anything to do with Infinity Nikki, but it is the same situation, kind of like we've been talking about, the fear of missing out or whatever. And I wanted the lighthouse, so I got it,
Yeah, and they were like, oh, you need to get this item. And Farmville, I did not realize until now, playing some of these games and when I started playing Nikki, I knew that it was going to be a gacha game.
Right.
I had no idea that meant, that there was such thing as a predatory gacha game.
Right.
Which I'm kind of glad I did not play Genshin Impact.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I did not, because that game looked cool. But that one apparently is way worse than this one.
Really?
So I knew that microtransactions had gotten really, really bad. But like the whole time I played Farmville, I was up to like 13 islands or 13 different farms.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do it anymore. This is too much.
Yes.
Way too much.
Well, that was when I got into that before I segued into the Nintendo Switch, which we can do a different podcast and all that. But, you just do it. You don't think about it. I played Farmville. I played Heyday. I loved Heyday. And I say this all the time when I'm playing Stardew Valley too. Like Stardew Valley in a way reminds me of Heyday, because you had the machines and you made the cheese and you made, you did all that stuff. So maybe that's why I like Stardew Valley so well also, because I loved that game. So
Yeah.
kind of the same thing. We're talking about microtransactions, and a lot of those games did have microtransactions. You had to pay for things, So
Yeah.
it depends on.
Mine for Farmville was like this rainbow maned horse. $25.
I know, right? And you're thinking, this is crazy. And like, at the time, I worked in a factory, and, like, so funny, but I used to take, and this is totally off topic, but I used to take my Nintendo Switch to work with me every day up into that building and just sit and play and play and play. And people are like, what are you doing? I'm playing games. So I feel like I got the best of both worlds anymore, like I can just do it because I love to do it. I'm passionate about it. I really am passionate about games and content creation and the people, like I want to be able to connect with you and spend time with you. I really, really enjoy it. But yeah, so some of the things we did then, we didn't know because we didn't have this kind of, I didn't. I'm sure maybe all of you did, but I didn't at the time. I had kind of fallen off the radar with some of this stuff, but boy, I do now.
I do now too, but like, see, I was playing Switch as well. So what I was playing wasn't games where there was microtransactions.
Right.
I was playing like Animal Crossing.
Yes.
However, I was playing mobile games. There's that now. I was playing mobile games.
Yes.
And like Summoner's War, I got into Summoner's War. I was playing Summoner's War and Game of War, and those had crazy amount of transactions, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that either.
Yeah.
Oh God, and Pokemon Go, I still play Pokemon Go sometimes, and I've spent more money than I care to admit.
Well, and Candy Crush.
Uses to spend spend money in games, but Pokemon Go is kind of the only game where you actually spent money in it.
And Candy Crush. Candy Crush can be much the same way. And I used to play Candy Crush. I mean, I was a Candy Crusher. And
I love Candy Crush too.
yeah, and but this all has an important point because a lot of these games had microtransactions, and we played them. Yeah. And we bought things, and we were like, oh, gotta have it, So, and they probably could have done that a lot better, too, if we're being honest, Like, I shouldn't have had to pay $20 for a lighthouse, and you shouldn't have had to pay $25 for a rainbow-maned horse. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not making fun or poking. I'm just saying that back then, they could have done things better too. They just didn't, So,
but
gaming is big business. Gaming is very big business.
It is. And so that's the reason why I'm doing. Oh, my screen went dark. I don't know if it went dark on your end.
No, it looks okay.
Okay. So the whole reason why I even did that is because I did want to throw some money that way. Not too much. What was something that was reasonable,
Right.
Keep it under control so that I wasn't, just spending gobs and gobs of money trying to get this or that and give into the FOMO. And, and give into, oh, I have to have the latest and greatest of this because if I wasn't posting confidence on it, then I felt like I didn't need it. And so I did try to get, with doing the tasks and everything throughout the seasons, I tried to save up my diamonds, and I was, turning those in for the pink resonance crystals. That way I could pull on certain banners of something that I genuinely really liked that marked that season.
Right.
It would be like a little token of this or that. That was something reasonable. And I was like, okay, if I do the monthly gift thing, a few times, throwing a little bit of money that way, enough maybe if I get up to the point to where it's like the cost of a Switch game before the Switch 2.
Yes. Yes.
You, man, that's I'm like $60 and I'm cutting it off there.
Yes.
So yeah. So I wanted to support the game, so you know.
Right.
But I still am very, very pro that, hey, you can play Infinity Nikki without actually spending any money, as long as you can, you know, if you can ignore the FOMO, if you can ignore everything else, you know.
You can play the game without spending a dime, and I think that's important for people to know. Like, if you enjoy the story, and enjoy just playing through it, you can play through it without ever spending a penny. But there are a lot of us that we can do it for a while, but once we get into it, we're kind of like, oh well, what's $5 here or $5 there?
Yeah. And then do you? And I mean, I don't know if you're like this. I'm trying not to be like that. I'm trying not to be like, well, if I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do that. I mean,
yeah, and
you know, if I'm going to spend this much, I might as well just spend.
Yeah, I do that too.
Be realistic about it and be like, hey, this is real money, and I get that.
Yes.
The game devs need to be paid. Like, they need to be making money. That's the whole point of this. Is that
right.
They're making money to provide content.
It is the whole point, and I think that's. Like I said, gaming is big business. That's why people like to do it. They like to do it, you know, because and I think they like to do it. I shouldn't have said it that way, but it is a big thing anymore. Like, you know, I think people do it that are passionate about it. I shouldn't have said it like that, probably, but you get into it with a certain understanding that you need to be passionate about it, and they don't always get paid either. Like,
well, no, look at Concerned Ape.
Right.
I mean, they're not making a dime off of this collab. Who is the one being benefited from it?
Right.
Infinity Nikki.
Yes.
So that shows your passion and a clear desire for not only gaming, but creating something that's got a lasting legacy.
Exactly.
Cash grab.
Yes. I think a lot of them, like, there are some of them that it is just like you said, maybe like a cash grab, you know, like, oh, I could do this, or some of them are just passionate about it. They just love gaming and they want to bring you the best game or content or that they can give you, you know. I play a lot of different games. I play a lot more different games than I think I have, and I've done it in the last couple of years since I started creating content of my own. I started playing games that people would recommend and suggest for me, and at first I'd be like, I don't know about this, and then you'd get into it and you'd really like a game. So if you love a game, you'd be more willing to do, you know, spend some real life money, you know, to keep that game going, I guess is what I'm trying to say, you know. So if you really love a game, you'd be willing to do what you could to support the game, to keep it going and keep it, you know, where you could play for a long period of time. So
for sure. I mean, Stardew has my support fully.
Right.
I mean, just the sheer fact of everything they've done with the game. The game has such a massive fan base that is like hardcore. They love the game, and you're one of those people.
Yeah.
I really respect you. I respect that.
Yeah. I got a lot of subscribers that when we're on stream, I mean, when we're on stream with Stardew Valley, it's I feel like we're all playing the game together, especially when I get certain ones of them involved, you know, and
I love that.
I mean, just to name one, Tammy. I get Tammy involved, and she is just all in it, man. She's like, well, you can't do this because you need to do this, and she's a straight shooter. She'll just tell me, well, you should have done that, you know. So people that like her, she's really hardcore. I like to play the game, but I let some of these others take the lead from me and be like, well, we need to do this to get to this place. But the game is so massive and so huge that there are things that I haven't even scratched the surface of yet. But it's a lot of fun. I tell you, it's hours of entertainment. So,
Yeah.
but I think Nikki is too. I think Infinity Nikki provides that as well. You know,
It does have a lot of content. It
yes.
really does have a lot of content. And they push out new content basically every month and a half.
Right.
And I'm not talking about just a little bit. I'm talking about a lot.
Yes.
It's a lot. And it's a lot to do.
Yes.
Some days it's overwhelming for me.
Right. It's a fun game, though. It is fun.
It definitely is a fun game. It is a fun game. But I don't want people to go into it thinking that it doesn't have its issues, that it's just this perfect game. And
no.
It is stunningly a beautiful game.
Yes.
It's visually, it's a beautiful game. It is a game that does have a very rich story telling component to it. It has a really great camera system, one of the best in my opinion.
Yes.
I'm so glad that DDV finally updated theirs.
Yes.
Honestly, still, it's getting close to Nikki's, but Nikki's is still better in my opinion. But I don't want people to be, misinformed. I mean, it's a great game. It also has, they've had their blunders. They have had their blunders.
Well.
And I'm glad that the community, and this is where I stand with it. Okay, so I guess we can go into like closing stuff.
Okay.
I am glad that the community stands up to them. They're like, hold up now, wait a second. Like, especially with the 1.5 update, with the whole debacle with them trying to slide in that extra piece.
Yeah.
And changing Mirror Crown system scheduling. The community was in a uproar. There was outrage, and they heard about it on every single social media platform. There was girl cop. People weren't buying anything.
Right.
People were like, we're not even going to log in.
Well,
they will hear, and things changed.
Yes. And at the time, I was a new player to the game. So the average to me was a little bit kind of scary, I'll be honest with you, because I was a new player to the game and I was making content with this stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Like, what do I do here, like, as a content creator? Because these people are outraged, and I'm not really sure what's going on here, But as I dived into it, I found out what the problem was. And then, well, I'm going to go on with it because I've already started this series. I'm going to go on with it and hope that it, doesn't make people mad. But I'd already started this series and videos and stuff, so I went on with it. But it seemed to settle down as we went along. So I don't know if it did or not, but
and it did. It settled down because they compensated everybody for it and they fixed it. I think that they were trying to fix the system so that way that there was, I guess, some extra time. I can't remember if they were trying to, make it longer,
right,
or shorten it. I genuinely can't remember now because that was months ago. And Swiss cheese brain over here. But then, I had pulled it from my channel, and because I was streaming, I was so excited. Gosh, I mean, I was staying up for hours late at night trying to play it,
Right.
And I had free time, and I was enjoying it so much. I was working through the main storylines, and I was trying so hard to work through each and every season and getting those completed. And I was actually getting those completed well before the last day, and now a month later, I still have things I have to do, and the update is in a few hours.
Yes,
so
it is.
At this point, I'm like gonna be able to play it tonight, and as long as I can stay up, I'm gonna try and play it and see how far I can get. And at some point, I'm just gonna have to cut it and be like, well, I missed these, and I missed these diamonds on this and that and the other. But they've added that much more content. But when I pulled it from my channel was from the whole 1.5, or was from it was from the 1.5 debacle. And then I brought it back for the big Sea of Stars update because I was very excited about that. I was like, okay, so maybe, we've worked through this. Maybe they're not going to do that again, right? No, of course not. They the community. We've been heard. They're going to change their ways. And then they completely remove the opening sequence.
And then they hijacked it. Well, and then I thought, yeah. I turned it on, like I said, and I was like, okay, I'm going to play. And, you know, like, it's not a big deal. Things can be edited, of course. But then you're like, stuck. Because you're like, gosh, I don't know. And I was new to the game, so I had no idea what was going on at all. And you could hear it in my voice. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, you know.
I mean, I logged in, I was like, okay, I guess this is what's happening.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I was, but we worked through it. It was fine. And I am enjoying the game as a whole, you know. I think the graphics are beautiful. I wish that there hadn't been so much controversy that it's swirled around it. It makes it kind of difficult because I think there are some people that still feel like, well, you know what I mean? So.
No, there are still people that are still, I mean, they're not salty about it. They're just like, I'm not going to invest my time and my energy into a game that doesn't actually care or the base players when, I mean, I can see that.
I can see it too.
See that. And I can genuinely be like, hey, I get that. But I do feel like they do listen because look, they pulled the furniture pricing guide.
Yes.
Or even dropped, you know.
Yes,
the pricing guide. They got backlash, and then they're like, "Oh, sorry. Okay, we'll try to do better."
And I think they should have, like, just as a closing, parting, funny thing, I think they should go back and reconsider the pounding hammer too. Like, oh, sorry. Just saying.
It all comes back to the pounding hammer. Everything circles back.
It just circles back. I can't help myself. Just, you know, like, no, I just think as a whole, be respectful, you know? I think the developers need to think, if I was playing this game, if I wouldn't like this, then we shouldn't do this to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I wouldn't want it done to me.
Find some sort of like, you know, like test group or something.
Right.
Know?
Yes, that's a good, fair point. That might be something they could look into in the future. Choose these few select people to test this on and just tell those few select people don't say anything, you know?
See, I thought they had done that because I know people that are part of, you know, certain programs and stuff with gaming development and stuff like that. They have to sign NDAs.
Right. Well, and that's perfectly understandable. That's just the way it works, you know. You don't want to do something and then say, well, we're going to include you in this, but you can't say anything. And then that person run off and, you know, like, I get it. I get where they're coming from about, but maybe they could have said it in a different way. Not leaks or poison.
Poison, and we're gonna go after everybody that's ever done anything, and it's just like, calm down.
Here's your pounding hammer.
Like, oh, here's your little consolation gift. Here's a little handheld item.
And the thing is,
how about a real apology?
Yeah, and we talked about this last week about when we were like prepping, like snitches get stitches kind of deal, like that.
And a pounding hammer too.
Just like, what is the deal here, folks? Like, you could have done this in a lot classier way.
I absolutely could have.
I showed it to Pat, and he was like, he just looked at me like, what? And I was like, are you seeing this?
What's so funny is that for one game, I mean, seriously, can you genuinely remember? The only thing that I can remember with Animal Crossing is that when the 2.0 update was going to drop, they dropped it like 12 hours ahead of time.
Yes.
And people know about it, and it was like, they were like, oh, here's everything, and we're done and we're out. Like, that was petty.
It was petty.
Because we got some people talking about it online.
Yeah.
Like, grow up. Y'all are adults, and you're all in business.
Exactly.
If you handle some criticism,
right,
you're clearly in the wrong field.
Yes.
you need to let that run right off of your back, like water off of a duck's back.
Right.
Because people have opinions, and people are allowed to express their opinions, especially on American social media.
Exactly. And the thing yes.
Have that freedom, and if you don't like what we're saying, then get off of social media.
And it's not just that, but we could do a whole podcast on Animal Crossing as a whole. Because, like, I just have feelings about... I mean, I love Animal Crossing, but I have feelings about the way that they have done as players.
I do too. And we should talk about that.
Right, yeah. I have feelings.
Do you remember... I have feelings too. Like,
yeah.
Do you remember any controversy with Disney Dreamlight Valley?
Well, not really controversy, but there were a lot of people who were not really happy when they took the free-to-play away. Like I was saying earlier.
Oh, yeah.
They were...
I do remember.
Yeah.
That was shady.
That was shady. Like, I was trying to say that, but I don't want to misquote. I know it was happening. I don't know if Disney Dreamlight Valley was always meant to be just free to play for a while, or if they had always intended...
They promised that one day okay, so what it is that a bunch of us bought it ahead of time.
Right.
And before it was like fully released.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Especially before it was released to like all platforms.
Right.
It was available on Switch because I bought it on Switch.
Right.
And they kept saying it's going to be made free to play. It's going to be made free to play. It'll eventually be free to play, and then you can play it on all platforms. You only have to like buy it once. Blah 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 blah. And that's what they were saying, like on their Steam page.
Right.
That's what they kept saying on like the DDV website. If it's still on the DDV website, I cannot tell you. I haven't looked at it. I don't know if they've scrubbed that. But then they came back after the game had been out about a year, and they were finally about to launch on a new platform, and they're like, yeah, we can't make this free to play.
That's what it was. And people were really disgruntled. I mean, there were a lot of people that said they weren't going to play it anymore.
Yeah, because we were expecting to be able to, if we bought it, the Founders Pack, and it's basically when you bought the Founders Pack and you paid for it that first time, that if you held out, you were going to be able to cross-play it basically across all platforms.
But you didn't get to. And
nope,
then they did whatever they did, and then we all had to pay to play Eternity Island. That made a lot of people mad too. And not only did it make a lot of people mad, but I think the pricing made people mad too. Now, I did purchase Eternity Isle, but I did not... But I did not purchase Storybook Vale. And I have heard a lot of things about that Storybook Vale is a lot better than Eternity Isle. Now, I didn't purchase it, and I didn't play with it, so I cannot attest to that. But I did Eternity Isle. Now, I started my Valley over. I did because I wanted to create content with it, and I kind of wanted to start fresh from the beginning, recording and stuff. But, yeah, that was a big controversy there, too, where they did people that way, and people were really, really upset. I remember that.
I was very upset about it, and over time, you just kind of forget about it because... It sets a standard in which it's like, okay, so they can just now bait and switch us, and they can just lie to us and tell us one thing and promise all these things, and then they're just going to change it anyway. And it's like making, in my opinion, and this is going to, I don't want to go off on a whole other tangent about digital copies of games.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's the equivalent of it, you know? Yeah. It's like we're getting this thing that could be pulled off of the hosting site at any time. Look at what happened to Fae Farm.
Yeah, I agree with you. The thing about it is, though, and even like if Pat was in here, he would say the same thing. He would rather have a physical copy than digital, because he says if you have the physical copy, you have the game. If you don't buy the physical copy, then how do you know that's always going to be there? What if something happens to your game? Then what?
There's no lie in that.
And that's fair.
Because that game can play as long as you've got the physical copy. You can play that on any old device.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as long as it can play it.
As long as it's backwards compatible. Yeah,
backwards compatible.
Yep.
You can even get attachments to kind of like emulate it.
Yeah.
To make it backwards compatible.
It's just
upwards compatible.
Like
make something like that, but you still have a chance to play it somehow. Now,
right.
whether or not, digital copies, like I said, they can be pulled off of a hosting site anytime.
Right.
Without any notice. They don't have to tell us.
No.
It's not our game. We don't own the rights to it.
No. That's what Pat always says too, because I buy a lot of stuff. I buy a lot of my stuff digitally, I'll just be honest. And he's always saying, I don't think you should do that. What if? He's always saying, what if, So maybe there's validity to it, because he's always saying, what if you do this and then.
It's like an online thing, being able to play the game.
Yeah.
If I don't have internet access.
Me too.
What if I can't play it? What if I'm somewhere and I have if I have the physical copy, then maybe I can play it without having to have internet access, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's true too. That's very true. But all in all, I guess we're in closing. I'm very excited, very ecstatic about Stardew Valley and Infinity Nikki linking up. I think as long as it doesn't change the Stardew Valley game and it doesn't, cause him to have thoughts of charging us for Stardew Valley, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to disclose to him how much he's made, how much they've made off of this. I have a feeling that's not going to happen.
No.
I genuinely think that Concerned Ape, that they are going to, that they're just happy that people are going to be able to enjoy it.
Right.
And I do hope that anybody that plays Infinity Nikki that, enjoys this update, that they do play Stardew Valley. I'm going to start playing Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley is addictive. Once you get started, you don't want to stop. We won't talk about how many farms I have.
That's what I'm afraid of. I already don't have that much time.
We ain't talking about it.
Maybe I need to get away from Infinity Nikki.
Well, I play on PC, Xbox, and the Switch.
Wow.
And I have farms on all of them.
I have bought it. It's on Steam and it's on Switch.
Now, to be fair, and this is in closing too, to be fair, I did use a lot of that to test things when I first started out. So I would practice and I would test the different farms to see how they played. I'm one of those people. I'm like, okay, I'm going to play this game. Okay, cool. I'm going to sit down here and I'm going to test it. Because, you can choose different farms. So I was like, I want to see how these farms play. So I did. And that's how I practiced my fishing, too. I created one farm just to practice with. And I'm weird. But anyway. So, it's been great hanging out with you and talking about this. And I'm excited. I can't wait to see what they do with it. It's supposed to be a huge update, 45 gigs or something, I think they said. So, yeah. And then...
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see how Stardew is represented, because I do know, I feel like I know quite a bit about Infinity Nikki, and I'm very excited to see how Stardew is going to be represented.
Me too.
I hope that it doesn't create a sour taste in people's mouth with this collab.
Yeah.
I personally, it won't for me. It won't color my thoughts and opinions on Stardew Valley, because I already know about Stardew Valley.
Right.
I already know the fan base behind Stardew Valley, so I don't think it will color mine against Nikki. Because if they fumble this on them.
Yeah, I agree. And
I'm coming into this collab heavily side-eyeing Infinity Nikki. As much as I like the game, as much as I think it's beautiful, has this one storyline. Like I said, it has had its issues, it's had its controversies. It is not and that's the thing, though, is that it also has a very strong, dedicated not really well dedicated. It's got a very strong and dedicated fan base. It really
does.
I mean,
Yeah.
people that play Nikki, they've been playing Love Nikki, Shining Nikki. There's like, this is like the 5th installation of a Nikki game.
Right.
So, I mean, people that have been playing Nikki, they play Nikki.
Nikki.
Like, they love this game. And I don't know if they've had these issues with the other games. I haven't heard about it. And I've never heard any issues with Stardew Valley.
No, we've never had any issues at all.
I mean, I've heard some things like, oh, I wish this mechanic was like this, or not just, people chatting about the game in passing, not anything like, anything like, well, they need to do this, they need to do that, or I'm going to boycott,
No, that Stardew Valley has got a very, dedicated, strong fan base. And most people that have been playing Stardew Valley, they've been playing for forever, right? And if you say, oh, I play Stardew Valley, most people will say, oh, I love that game, or, oh, I play too, and this is, and a lot of people that play that game will play it over and over and over with the different farms and just kind of keep going. Like, they'll finish the community center. There's a thing that they call a perfection run, which I will be doing on the CrossingManiac channel in the fall, where you just complete the game, every achievement, every legendary fish, so I've been making a guide, and I will be doing that in the fall. I've never done a perfection run before on Stardew Valley, but when I finish this one that I'm working on, I will be doing it in the fall. So people are crazy about it, so we'll see how this goes. I can't wait to see how they do represent Stardew Valley. I mean, I can see the outfit, but beyond that, I really haven't. And I've done a lot of looking, so we'll see what happens. The music season outfits looked good. They looked really pretty. So.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm about them.
Yeah.
This boss fight, that was hard. But that's neither here nor there. Okay, so now a good question. But this was fun. It's a mini game.
Yeah.
Daunting Island is a permanent thing, so.
That's pretty cool.
That was fun. I really enjoyed playing this. I'm gonna go probably play it. But I'm just moving the screen around so that they quit going to sleep.
So I think on a whole, we can say we're excited about it. We're excited about Nikki finally getting a home. Excited to see what they do with Stardew. I think it'll be very interesting and exciting to see. So
it will be very exciting to see. I'm very curious to see how tomorrow goes when the servers come back up. I cannot wait to see all the glitches.
I know.
Reddit is going to be a plethora of fun things to look at.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. We'll have to come back next episode and at least touch on,
I'm sure that we will have, there's going to be enough fodder.
Yeah.
For just one whole episode.
Yeah.
But
just to talk about the update.
The pure shenanigans.
Yeah, the pure shenanigans, yeah. Because there's going to be some.
Oh, for sure.
Sure.
I mean, there was glitches happening with Daunting Island. I mean, anytime they add something new, there's always these weird things that go on.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see those. I am excited to see this island that Nikki is going to get. I am very excited. I mean, I am excited about the game. I do enjoy this game. I really do. And I don't want anybody to, to be like, well, she just hates this game. She's a hater. And I'm really not a hater. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible.
Right.
I'm not blind to the fact that it's got issues.
Right.
I mean, clearly clearly whoever is running this game, like the social media or whatever, or whoever or whatever, mistakes were made.
Yes, they were.
Mistakes were made.
And
when
they
you're
were.
gonna make a whole fan base mad at you, that's not good. That is not
No,
good.
and it's, for people that really like the game and then they were really upset. I mean, I'm not talking about just, I mean, fighting mad. I mean, they really were. Like, I've never seen, I've been a content creator for 2 years now, and I've played a lot of games, and I was, like I said, I was making a decision about whether or not do I pull up from the channel or do I keep going.
Yeah.
And I have another content creator friend that loves the game too, and she said, if you enjoy playing it, just play it. She's like, trust me, the controversy will die down and it'll be okay. But it scared me, because I was like, I don't know, I don't make people mad, but I just continued. So I was like, well.
I mean, for me, it was in support that, like, hey, you can't just treat us like this. You
right.
can't just, throw out these, like, predatory behaviors and then be like, oh, here's this dangly nice thing over
right.
here.
Yeah.
I promise we won't do it again because, like, that's the legit, that's, like, the epitome and the definition of an abusive relationship.
Yeah, it is.
With a game.
Right. And I don't disagree with you at all. I just don't. I don't disagree. That's this, I struggled with it for a couple weeks, but it seemed to die down. So I was like, well, maybe it's going to be okay. Like I just kept kind of playing with it, like making a few videos here and there, and it seemed to die down a little bit. So I was like, well.
I do see that as progress that
yes.
they put up the pricing guide for the furniture.
Right.
And they've immediately pulled it and said, we're going to do better.
Right.
Like, they're hearing us.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would.
Before the season, before the update even happened, they're hearing us.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
I feel like we're on track.
Yes.
Well, I say we're on track. I don't know if we can go that far with it yet, but it's a step in the right direction.
Yes, I agree. Right. I totally agree.
So, with that, like again, they made some dumb mistakes.
Right.
They made some blunders. I am not blind to it. I think I'm willing to bring this back,
right?
Because I've been recording still. I've just mainly been also recording for like posterity because like, okay, when they show that they can be,
right,
then I'll give them more exposure.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and now that Nikki is getting a house and they have, done one thing, it is just one thing. It's one small thing, but it is kind of a big thing with the furniture.
It's a step in the right direction. Now they can keep that going, it might be fine. They got to keep it going though.
It really will.
Yeah. They got to keep it going though. So they got to have this step in the right direction and they got to keep having more steps in the right direction and keep it going. So.
Yeah. I think that we also can't let up off of let up off of them. We can't if we give them an inch, they will take a mile.
Yeah, people have to keep saying, or us as a collective community has to keep saying, you can't do this. You need to think strongly about what you do before you do it. Like,
right.
Put some thought behind the process because that's very important. So
I fully agree.
Yeah.
So again, just to reiterate, this is nothing against Stardew in the least bit.
No.
I still feel very, very strongly that Stardew is kind of taking advantage of, but that they are what's going to actually make this, this particular update a great one.
I think so too. And Stardew has a very good
Loyal.
And it's just it's a great game, and it's a very I think maybe to the people see it as like, well, we respect concerned ape. And
Yeah.
so we just want to make sure that he is not going to, and this is coming from the Stardew fans, we don't want Stardew to be in the same class as Infinity Nikki. And it's not a bad, we're not saying anything bad, we just don't want to, we don't want him to take the game that we can play for free and for nothing that's so great and start saying, well, I'm going to do this, So
Yeah.
I think that's the controversy some of the stuff I read were like, well, and maybe too, they just don't want Stardew to be linked with all the controversy that Infinity Nikki has had. Maybe they're afraid.
They don't want it to, malign the legacy.
Exactly, yeah. That could be it too. Very much so, yeah. But I think it'll be okay. I'm a pretty open-minded person. Like, what they did was not right, but if they continue in the right direction, then only time will tell if they will do that. And hopefully they will for their fan base.
We will definitely know more within the week.
Yes, we will. We'll get to see it.
We'll know more in a couple of days. Either there'll be chaos in the streets, or pitchforks and fire. Or
people will be making their own pounding hammers.
We'll be making. God, get out of here! Their own pounding hammers. Oh my God, I can't.
I can't help it. I can't help it.
That, I think we're done.
I think we are too. It was great hanging out with you, and it was great to talk. And we will get this.
It was great to hear your thoughts on this collab that's coming up tomorrow.
Yes,
and I really appreciate you sharing that with us and giving us the perspective of Stardew fans and the fan base of Stardew Valley.
You are very welcome.
I don't have that.
And I appreciate you giving me your perspective from the Infinity Nikki side of things. So, because, like, I like to play, but I know you're far more experienced with it than I am. So I appreciate you joining me, giving me your perspective on that. And we will be doing these frequently and talking about different topics. It may not be Infinity Nikki every time, but I think we should do one more episode soon to go over how we felt about it after it comes out and after we see it and see what they did. So thank you so much for doing this with me. This was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I was very excited to get to talk about all of the shenanigans that Nikki and them have gotten up to.
I know. It was a lot, wasn't it? But we'll do this again really soon. We'll probably get on a schedule with it, and then we'll release them, and we'll, like I said, we can talk about different things as we go along and choose different topics to talk about. Should be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So
we have thoughts and opinions.
We do have thoughts and opinions.
And everybody should know about it.
Yes, I think so too.
Our audiences, no.
So thank you.
Out.
Yeah. So
weird.
We want to thank everybody that watched too, and thank you for joining Poofy and I. And there will be more to come like this, and we'll have different topics to talk on and different things to talk about. So we hope you will join us the next time.
And if you have any suggestions, if there's anything that you have any thoughts about, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, and we'd be glad.
If you have, if you have an opinion and you want to hear us and discuss it, drop it also in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts and opinions about this collab that's coming up.
Exactly.
thank you all so much for listening.
Yes.
Some time of your day. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. We really appreciate it a lot. So we will see you the next time. And until then, this is what I always say. You guys have a fantastic day, week. And we'll see you the next time.
Well, I love you all so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and stay cool where it is warm, stay warm where it is cool, and I will see you all in the next one. Okay, later, friends. Bye!
Bye!